Today is June the 1st. It is the official start of hurricane season. That being said, we've already had two storms. We've had Arthur and Bertha, both in the Atlantic. Those have come and gone. And now we've got the potential to have Cristobal, Storm 3, form in the Gulf of Mexico. Now, it's not Cristobal yet. It's not a tropical storm. It hasn't been given that type of name. What it has been given is the name Tropical Depression number 3. It has maximum sustained winds of 30 miles an hour. That's below tropical storm force. Winds need to get to 39 miles an hour to be considered a tropical storm, so we're just below that. We're at tropical depression phase. But that means that we do have at the surface a closed circulation. That's an indication of a little better organization. That being said, the system itself is relatively disorganized, and that is because it is interacting with the landmass of the Yucatan Peninsula. Whenever these tropical systems try to develop near land, they usually do so very, very slowly, and that's what we expect is going to happen with TD number 3. If it's going to become Tropical Storm Cristobal, it's got some work to do before it can get there. Here's the bigger picture. Set your bearings. There's the United States, there's Houston, and here's the area where Tropical Depression number 3 has formed. And as is quite often with these early season and their early stages of development, it looks very disorganized, and the clusters of thunderstorms will come and go and come and go. What needs to happen is, for organization, for strengthening, is a cluster of thunderstorms like this to develop near the actual center of circulation. And at the moment, we don't see that, so we're not going to see any explosion of development overnight tonight. Winds at 30, drifting northwest at 9. Let's look at the computer models. So the big global models that we look at, the American model, the GFS, the European model, and what the Hurricane Center is looking at, all basically have the same solution, that this just festers down here, interacting with land, struggling to get organized as we head through Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. However, they also all tend to agree that going into Friday night and Saturday, what's out here may get ejected into the Gulf of Mexico. And at that point, it's over open water. It has the potential to strengthen, perhaps rapidly. Now, that's a possibility. But the computers are suggesting that this solution is becoming a little more likely. With that being said, if we had a storm in that position in the Gulf of Mexico, everybody from Brownsville to Miami would be on alert, watching for the potential for impacts from that type of a storm. And it's just too early to tell and too early to go past Saturday to try to look at where that storm, the heart of it, may end up going. It's just too early to make that forecast. There's too much uncertainty. That's another thing. When a storm is developing near land like this, it's tough for the computer models to get a solution on it because it's just such a mess down there. There's nothing very well organized. But again, that being said, what guidance we have suggests we may get a storm in the Gulf as we head into Saturday. So what do you do with that information? Well, the best thing to do is to stay close to the weather forecast with us all week long. When you get up, watch us in the morning. We'll have an update then. Watch us in the evening before you go to bed. And then when you turn off your TV, you can just turn it right back on. It'll be there on 11. You'll get the morning update. We don't want anybody to get caught off guard. This is so you can keep you and your family, your loved ones safe. So if this does decide to develop and strengthen, and if it does decide to come our way, you be ready to take action to protect you and your family. Great time to get the app. We update the app, the weather section of the app specifically, several times a day, especially when we've got tropical development of the Gulf, so you can stay up to date while you're on the go. That's the latest information we have. And it's too early for me to try to speculate if we would get any significant rain or wind, but the possibility is there. So let's do this together like a team. Check with us, watch the weather on TV once in the morning, once in the evening. I'll give you the information you need and nobody will get caught off guard, and we can plan in case this does decide to impact us as we go into the coming weekend. And we'll continue to give updates here, and there's an updated tropic section and of course the weather story for the day on khou.com. You can always go there and the app to get the latest updates during this busy week of weather. All right, we'll let you go. The models are going to update, and we'll have an update from the Hurricane Center as well on the TV side at 10 o'clock. I'll see you then for the update.